Social media is a business.
Sure.
You need to think about it as a business. What am I selling? Or even if I'm at a stage where I'm growing a platform now, but as my community grows, what am I going to be offering to them? Focus on solving a problem for people, and in a way that is accessible, in a way that's simple, that makes sense.
Should people have a product before they start creating content?
No. So why I'm saying no is because you don't need that.
Yeah.
Because you can start creating a platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
So remember this thing, what we are saying, start posting.
Sure.
So that as you go, you start building an audience, you start learning, you also start growing as a person.
Okay.
Sure.
What is one statement that you would like to give to the youth?
You are much more than that. People who fixate on salaries, it's
Yeah.
because they have told themselves, this is all I'll ever be.
Oh, sure.
People are focused on salaries, man. Like there's no tomorrow, and that's the only thing they know. If they get fired today, they cannot operate in that industry at all.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I was so excited to have you here today, and we really appreciative of
Your time.
yeah
Your
coming to have a discussion with us.
Awesome, man. I'm excited to be here as well. You guys are doing such an amazing job, and you can see it in the content itself. You can see it on the page. You can see the response of the people.
Yeah.
That this is just something that is in season in what people need. So I'm excited about that.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Henry, I am curious.
Yes.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you this question: that why will people with personal brands make more money in 2026 than those without one?
I think when you have a brand, right? Brand talks about, the biggest thing a brand talks about is trust.
Okay.
People buy from people they like.
Yeah.
Ultimately, people will buy from people they like. I've had things that I could actually get cheaper from somewhere else.
Sure.
But simply because I like the person that's actually selling it or the company that's selling it,
Yeah.
I basically go for that company or for that person simply because I like them, simply because they're relatable, simply because I trust them. So a big thing is trust.
Okay.
Trust in this economy, digital economy, is very important, because what the digital economy has done is basically has put the product in front of me, and it's only me with that product, with my card, and I can buy this right now online.
Sure.
But who else is talking about it? Who can actually vouch for it in that way? Because there are so many of these things. There are so many products. There are billions of products around. There are thousands, millions of service providers, people who are selling stuff. Why should I basically buy this product? But anyone can actually market it, right?
Okay.
So the thing is, the marketing game, people can run ads, people can do all these things.
True.
People now have got access to those things. But what is going to differentiate you? That's what your personal brand is about, right? So what is the difference factor? What has created that trust that makes me comfortable and feel safe to actually make this purchase and know that I'm going to get what I've actually bought, and it's actually going to get to me. It's going to be the same quality. Everything is going to work well with it, and that's the power of a brand.
How
Cool.
how have you been? I see you have a huge personal brand, right? And a huge following. How have you been able to build your own personal brand?
I think building my brand, I think it's on social media. I mean, I've been on social media since probably 2020.
Okay.
I've been posting for a long time. And I think some of these things, you also, as you're on the journey, you get to understand these things, and you say, okay, there's actually something called a personal brand, meaning that it speaks of consistency, it speaks of predictability. So people need, when they see my content, they need to have already an idea about what I'm going to post about.
Okay.
So that's where that trust element comes in as well.
Okay.
And that safe space element.
Sure.
Because it's safe. I know, okay, exactly, this is what this guy is going to be about. There are certain places where people post things, even if they are not necessarily like safe content or whatever, but at least I know what I'm geared for. I know what I'm expecting from this particular person.
Yeah.
So I think over the years, I've also realized that it's very important. I don't go on TikTok or Instagram to dance because it's not going to work. I've actually realized that if I'm going to do a certain challenge, it's not going to work. And automatically...
But why, because we trust you, ne?
Yeah.
We like you now.
Yeah.
Because over the years you've built that trust.
Yeah.
So we like you and would love to see you dance. So why not? I'm pretty sure
you just like me talking about trendy stories. You just like me talking about entrepreneurship. You don't like to see me dance. That's
but
the honest.
We like that. We like that.
You don't.
No matter how
the numbers tell me that they don't. It's so amazing because what these algorithms obviously do. They send whatever you post to a certain number of your followers.
Sure.
If they engage with it, they send it to another batch, and that's how it works, right? So it tells me that people are not feeling this thing. There's certain content I know in my mind that if I post, I know it's gonna trend. I know it's gonna hit where the numbers is gonna resonate with people, the people in my community. Because that's what I've sort of built them to understand that this is what they get from me. People, I believe they go to search for certain people for certain things. One person said you're entertaining people. Those are the guys who dance. I think they use dance, zip, whatever. You won't catch me doing that stuff because it's not going to land. It's not going to work, right? There are people who empower and there are people who educate.
Okay.
You're either in those brackets with whatever you're doing. And it's fine if you realize that this is my strength. That's why I say anyone wants to start social media, I just say start posting.
Okay.
Start posting, and your community, your tribe will start telling you that, okay, this is what we want to see from you. If we want to laugh, we'll go to the other person. If you want to do this, we're going to go. But we want to see this specifically from you. And I think that's important when you're building a personal brand. You need to define. You need to know who exactly you are. Okay. However, you're not going to know this if you do not start. So that's why it's very important for you to just start. And along the way, as you go, you're going to figure yourself out.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think trust, predictability. That's some of the things I've realized when I'm in terms of building my brand. That's what's very important, because it's not just about just the numbers. I think that's the thing. Yes, of course, we want to be viral. But to be honest with you, there are certain topics that I know that I can be viral with, but that's not me.
Okay.
That's not who I am. I think we've spoken, for example, about my YouTube channel where I'm now, hosting a podcast there, that for a long time I sort of struggled, like, what exactly should I post on this? I tried post some political content, which went viral.
Sure.
But that's not who I am. You know what I'm trying to say? That's not what I'm trying to do. That doesn't give me value at the end of the day. Yes, I might get ad revenue from it, but AdSense and whatever. But I'm trying to empower people, and that sort of thing doesn't help me in the long run. It doesn't even help the people that I'm passionate about. So those are the things that we need to sort of consider in terms of your personal brand in 2026. Define who you are, know who you are, and what exactly you want to achieve. What you guys are doing, it's really, it goes deep. It's not things which are whereby you're just going to easily go viral. Yes, you may, but it's a lot of people, they want things that are flimsy. People want to escape. And when you guys come and you are talking about entrepreneurship, it challenges them. When you guys come and you're talking about personal development, how to think better, how to do all these things, how to think about investing when you're young, how not to buy an RS4 with your first salary. People are challenged by that because you're saying, so you're saying I'm going the wrong path.
Sure.
If I bought that one series, are you saying I did it wrong? If I did this, if I'm, messing around, are you saying I'm doing it wrong? But sometimes people don't genuinely see a path how they can become significant. True. That's why you see people sometimes they end up just focusing on content, for example, or messaging. That's escapism. It's just people laughing, people talking about things that don't help them. And unfortunately, I was just speaking to you guys at an interview with Poloko. I was just speaking to him earlier on in the day, and we're just talking about how people consume certain podcasts or certain, and it's unfortunate that they actually think that they're intelligent by consuming those podcasts. You know, because I spent an hour, people are talking nonsense, to be honest with you. It's not going to help anyone do anything. But they are like, oh, I listened to this podcast, therefore I'm deep. But what exactly are you learning? You know, how is this really improving your life?
How are you
and and how is it stuff you can actually implement, or does it just end as jokes, as braais, you know, in braais, or is it about getting girls? What is this content about? You know, is it about how, you know, women are bad, or how is this going to help us at the end of the day? And I think, though it might take longer to actually grow those roots, to actually dig deep, but at the end of the day, you know, that's going to flourish, because people are still, you can't run away from the important questions that you should ask yourself in life. You can never run away from those questions. You can never. At a certain point, everyone is going to ask themselves, what did I invest? What did I do with my life? You know, who was I? And if you guys, like what you're doing, you can actually, you are investing in getting people to actually ask those questions right now. For young people to actually ask those questions right now, you know, you guys, you're going to see that you're going to really make a significant impact.
Thank you for that.
I wanted to know, since you had mentioned on branding and things like that, let's say I do a lot of things. So how do I integrate that into one thing and make it into content?
Okay, so if you do a lot of things, or if you can just be a bit more, I know I've got an idea of what you're saying, but if you can just be a bit more specific, so that I don't go on a tangent.
No, let's say I can dance, I can sing, I can talk, I'm loud. Let's put it that way. Just those three for now. How can I?
So of course, you know, at the end of the day, as I said, if you are good at that, I'm also one person who does a lot of things.
Yes,
right. A lot of things to a lot of different people, right? But I try to have an underlying theme. There's a common thread. So even if I come on my social media and I'm telling you a story about how someone lost their property, you know, in a bad deal or whatever, commute of property, how it works, I'm actually educating you as an entrepreneur to know that if I'm going to go this way, this is what this means, right? I'm actually educating someone to say, oh, if your spouse wants to cheat on you in terms of your assets, in a case of a divorce, this is A, B, and C. The law actually helps you. So in all those stories, there's actually an element of education, which is in those stories. So if your thing is dancing, obviously your end goal is probably you're an entertainer, right? Maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe you want to teach people how to dance or whatever it is. But the thing with social media, guys, we're now at a point whereby this is the attention economy, right? That's the big word they're now using. Attention economy. At the end of the day, it's all about what business are you growing around your brand. It's not about likes, guys. We can be, you know, likes, views, comments, they can consume you. Man, these things, they can consume you because I mean, it's dopamine. We all want validation. You want to see, okay, if I post this, who's engaging with it? And you have to be careful with it. I'm trying to look for a system whereby probably I only engage with my posts maybe for an hour at a certain time of a day, and I leave it at that. Because it can actually be consuming, right? Of course, we need to engage with your followers and all these things, but you just need to make sure that it's always healthy. So we are trying to build businesses at the end of the day. So whatever you are doing, are you building, is this helping you build a business whereby you're going to be able to offer a product or a service to someone? So I was actually
can dance, you know.
So do that and make sure that it becomes a business, right? So do that. There's nothing absolutely wrong with it. Do that. If you want to say that I'm an entertainer or whatever, but have the end in mind. This thing, so it's so powerful. I was seeing one of Mr. Beast's interviews, right? Apparently Beast Industries is worth $5 billion right now, right? That's what they're saying, like Beast Industries, everything they're doing, the media stuff. He actually now has a CEO, right, to run Beast Industries. This is how serious this thing is. And I think there was a time whereby they were saying he rejected $1 billion US dollars. I think that's why he sat down and said, why is this Well, is this company offering me $1 billion? So that's where they went, I think, and did the evaluation and actually found that no, this thing is actually worth $5 billion US dollars, right?
It was 20 because I wanted to buy his channel.
As well.
It was 20 billion.
20 billion. So I mean, he refused all that, right? He refused all that. So now the point is, he's now has got a CEO and all these things who are running these things. And I was seeing in that interview, the things they were talking about, what they want to do in the future in terms of Mr. Beast Mobile. I mean, now he's got those festivals. Yeah, I mean, they're going. You should check it out. The interview he did with the CEO. I think it was in one of these channels where they were saying, "Do we call you Mr. Beast or we call you Jimmy or whatever it is?" And things like this. But I mean, he's a businessman now. You know what I'm trying to say? He's actually realized, no, I'm actually a businessman. This is a media company. Right? It's not just a little YouTube channel where we're just giving away old cars and used cars and whatever. This is actually a media company, and I'm a media mogul. That's what he has actually realized now. So that's the point. Even with us, wherever we are right now, we basically, we're going to take it. We might not be at Mr. Beast level right now, but we obviously we're going to take it to where we are to say, okay, what opportunities do I have around me? How can I actually grow this thing that I have? So that it can actually make sense for me financially. Because I mean, we spend a lot of time on social media. We're spending a lot of impact. I see, guys, this equipment that you just have in here. I mean, it's probably 100,000, that you've spent just on this. So it's not just about likes. It's not just about the AdSense at the end of the day. It's much more than that, right? That's what you're actually trying to build. And some of the things we'll figure out as we go along. But as long as we actually have got that view in mind in terms of what is it that we are trying to do at the end of the day? So in whatever you're doing, you're just trying to think, what are the ways that this becomes, of course, we are the big thing is purpose, right? The purpose that what you guys want to achieve is basically empower, young people. And it's no longer about young people. You'll be surprised how much the older generations need to just, get information and grow up. You know what I'm trying to say, right? So sometimes we just say, this is for young people. It's not for young people. It's for everyone. And it's going to come a time where everyone has to know about entrepreneurship. With the way the world is going right now, with how economies are going, retrenchments, how AI is coming up, people are going to need to know how to build their own businesses. Because essentially when we are going to work and all these things, we are going to work for people who have basically done what I'm saying right now. We've gone and built their own businesses, right? So that's but there will come a time where everyone is going to be forced to be selling something. Simply because of how messed up the economies are going to be and how, things are going to be automated. We're going to need to make a plan. And so the time to do this is right now. And so these are the things that we need to think about. Say, okay, what exactly is this? And social media is a business. You need to think about it as a business. What am I selling? Or even if I'm at a stage where I'm growing a platform now, but as my community grows, what am I going to be offering to them to make their lives better and to make my finances better? Because you can't remove finances from this thing. It's everything. It's going to be about finances. Someone was saying, at the end of the day, when all is said and done, what's going to matter is basically, your wife and kids, your parents, if they're still alive, and the assets that you have generated, which are going to be keeping you. That's what's going to matter. You can to say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, those are the three things that are going to matter. Obviously, your relationship with God and all these things, But in terms of here on earth, in terms of just, our normal every day, those are things that are going to be very important. When you're 50 years old, you need to know what assets are paying me. When you're 70 years old, when you can go out there and maybe work physically, you need to know what assets are going to be paying me at the end of the day.
I'm thinking now your kids are also your assets, because if you've groomed them very, very well, then they will be able to help you in terms of maybe later on in your life when you're 70 and you're not capable of doing much, then they will be able to now fulfill other roles in your business. But
no, definitely. I mean, you look at all these people who are super successful, and who have been able to actually teach their kids and be there for their kids, empowering them. They are enjoying that right now. Their kids are not like a burden. They're actually coming alongside them and they're working together.
So I want you mentioned entrepreneurship and social media. So how does entrepreneurship look like in social media?
Yeah, it looks like having, so for example, in our labor law business, we get a lot of clients from TikTok, from Instagram. We get a lot of clients. Facebook, we're getting clients. So that's what it looks like. It looks like you giving an offer. And say, okay, guys, this is what we are doing. But we just don't say this is what we're doing. We bring it, we package it. So that's what I'm saying. So you think about social media, guys. It's media. It's now just added the word social. But this is media. So you look at the way the traditional media houses were doing it. Your newspapers, your radios, your TVs. What do they have? They have shows. And on those shows are the vehicles for advertisement. This is all about advertising products and services.
So, okay, sorry. So your content is the advertising vehicle.
That's what it is. Okay. So it's the advertising vehicle. So if this is on YouTube, let's just say you're relying on AdSense. What is AdSense? It's advertisers who are paying YouTube, right?
Yes.
And now they are now relying on us, right, to provide the content. So so we are now providing the vehicle on which those adverts are actually coming and going to the people. So, however, when you have got your own products and services, you don't have to pay for the advert because you are providing your own product and service, and you're providing a vehicle for its advertisement, and you're also being paid when people pay for that product and for that services.
You're sponsoring your own videos pretty much.
You get what I'm trying to say? So you're sponsoring your own videos. That's what this whole thing is about. Affiliate marketing, affiliate links, and all these things. So people need to, we think about social media in that aspect, in that manner. So we would see whatever the Sun newspaper would say something ridiculous, those things. Man found with the Tokolosh, whatever it is. Then people now go and buy, that newspaper for that. So now I've got 1 minute to produce something that's going to have that effect on my TikTok. On one video, I've got 1 minute to say, okay, this thing has to be interesting enough for people to basically be interested in watching it. In the first 2 seconds, even my caption has to say something so that people watch this thing, right? So that's what's about. It's not just going out there randomly. You actually have to think about these things. That's why you have to be clear on what you are, what vehicle you are actually driving out there. Is it dancing? Is it entertainment? Is it empowerment? Is it education? What exactly is it, right?
So can I ask a question? So should people have a product before they start creating content?
No. If you can, that's great. We had a product already. Because we were already at a company. They're like, why can't we start advertising on social media? Why don't we create our own page? So we could have gone to influencers to do that for us. But we do it our own selves, right? We've got other ways we might advertise as well. So why I'm saying no is because you don't need that. Because you can start creating a platform. So remember this thing, what we were saying, start posting. So that as you go, you start building an audience, you start learning, you also start growing as a person. Right? So from here now, maybe you guys can now, as time goes on, start maybe helping people to achieve their goals. Maybe you now have got certain products around that, maybe a handbook of how to achieve your goals, how to do whatever it is, around the space. So it just takes time. As you meet certain people, you guys are interviewing this person, this other person, you're getting ideas, you're getting this. So that's just an element of time. Someone says that, time in the market is better than timing the market. We all want to time the market. We all want to do the trending business. We want to buy Bitcoin today, XRP today. But people making money from those things are people who have always been there. People who took advantage of the boom on YouTube in 2020, where people were always in there in the lockdown era. Of course, there's space for all of us to get in. But the point is, we as humans, sometimes we've got this thing of wanting to do something that's making sense right now. We all have to, you just have to start. Then you get your Kairos moment. Once you're actually in there and you're doing stuff. So I wouldn't say wait until you have a product. If you have it, that's great, but you're going to learn. You're going to learn. And I was just speaking another session with the guys, just saying many people who are super successful today, you'd actually find, and maybe even companies which are super successful today, you'll actually find that the ultimate product that made them break out is not the initial product they actually thought about.
Sure.
You'd actually find that was just now another service. We can also provide this service. Then that thing is the thing now that's just has taken off and made them billionaires, out of nowhere. Not out of nowhere per se, but that's just how these things work in all these places. Yeah.
So does the size of the product matter? Say I have a product, what size should it be for it to make it into a video?
Dude, people are making money, bro. People are making money with the simplest of things.
Yeah.
People are making, I've been speaking to people who are authors. You would not believe how much money people are making from selling books.
Okay.
You would not believe how much people are making just from selling a program.
Yeah.
Those programs, this thing started in America to $10. Just a product for $10.
Yeah.
Imagine if you sell 1,000 of them.
Sharks. You're rich.
How much money is that, bro?
Yeah.
How much money is that?
That's a lot of money.
Right? If you imagine if you sell 10,000. How much money is that?
Yeah.
So it doesn't. The simpler the better, I would say.
Yeah.
The simpler the better. People want stuff that can actually help them.
Sure.
If it's clear, it's concise. The good thing is we're in this economy whereby we are trusting each other as human beings. We trust each other. It's like referrals. The most powerful thing in any business, in marketing, the most powerful marketing is referral marketing. Even if we now have those things. So referral marketing is basically where, even when you go to churches, by number one, the biggest thing that drives visitors is referrals. My friend said, come to church. My aunt says, come to church. This is the church. That's the biggest thing. That's by far even in business, it's still the biggest thing. You might not see that plainly, but that's why they are reviews. Reviews are just now referrals, which are now digitized, right? So these are the people we trust online. We've used the product. We go, okay, how many stars does this thing say? What are the guys who put the 1 star? What are they saying? What are the guys who put the 5-star pictures and stuff like that? So that's now referrals, which are now digitized, right? So referral marketing is always going to be the biggest thing. So people trust each other. We all trust each other as people, because we sort of don't relate to what big institutions are saying, because they're way up there, right? So yes, I hear what you're saying about, the CEO of this made it like this. But sometimes I just need the guy who's just, 5 steps ahead of me, who's now feeding his family to tell me something, rather than the guy who's making billions. Because I might not really hear what he's saying. But this guy, at least, who was where I was 5 years ago or 3 years ago, if I hear what he says, it might make sense for me to actually take things to the next level. So the simpler the better. Just focus on solving a problem for people, and in a way that is accessible, in a way that's simple, that makes sense. And that's what the internet has helped us to do with all these forms that are there, these links in bio, whatever it is. People can reach you, but it just has to be in a simple way, whereby hopefully they'll just be on one device, and that's that.
I like that, because I remember I had a Shein order and it was not delivering. It just kept
pending,
rebuffering. So I went on TikTok. I searched this what you call, I have this problem, and then turns out all of us had the same problem from the same courier service. It just happened to be slow, and it solved my problem, saying I just call them, send emails that you will threatening emails. And then by tomorrow I had my order. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Social media helps.
No, it does help. And now imagine you're saying TikTok.
Sure.
So now people, that's the amazing thing. People are searching in TikTok now.
Yeah.
So we ask our clients, how did you find us? So the guys on TikTok, I was searching unfair dismissal in TikTok. It's no longer just now YouTube, because YouTube, obviously, we all know that it's obviously, sometimes it's more of, it's more formalized in a way. TikTok is a bit faster. TikTok is a bit accessible just there.
30-second video.
And people see, okay, what is this about? And whatever, I'm in. Boom, boom, boom. So that shows you how this game is all different and how it's changing. But you have to be there. You have to be there for people to be able to search for you. And it also shows you how we need to produce content which is searchable, right? Which people would want to search. So that's what we do when we create our campaigns on Google, for example, right? We make sure that will someone search for this?
Yeah.
What would someone who has a labor law issue search? Labor lawyer in Johannesburg.
Yeah.
Unfair dismissal.
Sure.
CCMA, unfair dismissal.
Sure.
Those are the keywords.
Sure.
So that's what you think about, right?
Sure.
Disciplinary hearing, poor work performance. So these are the people, this is what people search for. So you need to, when we are creating content like this, we need to be having the end user in mind.
Yeah.
The person who's watching right now, you have to have them in mind to say, what are they interested in, right? What are their pain points, so to speak? This is corporate language, right?
Yeah.
But that's how they defined it. What do people want to know in 2026? If someone is going on YouTube, what problems do people have right now, which they want to sort of get answers to? Yeah. So I think that's basically where we need to take this from.
So for people that are aspiring to start creating content, what would you suggest, or is there a system that you've built in terms of time? Because you spoke about time. When can people create content? What system have you put in place for yourself to create the content? Because I'm pretty sure you're a busy man, and because of that, you have little time to create content. So what is the system that you use to create content?
I think for me, it's output, right? Okay. It's output driven. How many pieces of content do I want out there, and for what reason, right? I think that's a big thing for me. Is you're saying I'm married, I have 2 kids, I've got a business to run, I've got 2 pages. My biggest thing, I wish I was just the one person who could just niche down and do one thing in my life. I think my life would be so simple. But however, I've got different things that I do. Yeah. So, but however, what I'm concerned about is I need to produce so many pieces of content. If it's every day, I need to post every day. And that's my goal. And I need to make sure that I get time to post every day. Okay. So I post my videos in my car because it's the easiest thing. Because I was working from home, I put kids in the house. I can't say, people keep quiet. Sure. I can't also drive somewhere else. So I started posting videos in my car. If you see a lot of my videos on Instagram for the longest time have been in my car. Even my work videos. And people are like, and this one attorney, senior, older attorney saying, well, why are you posting in your car? And I was just like, that's the season of life I'm in right now. Sure. I can't go to an office and do all these things. It doesn't suit everything else I'm doing. Sure. Okay. I'm posting in my car because it's the simplest thing to do right now. So with content, you need to make sure that make it simple. Okay. Because you need to move fast. Yeah. In this economy, be fast, move fast, course correct fast, make mistakes fast, and just, fix it. Okay. And go ahead. So I can't stress myself and say, because there's you're never going to have a hole in one in this business. Sure. You never say, you can spend so much time on a content piece which your idea was wrong anyway. Yeah. So just post it and learn and move forward. So I think for me, in terms of a system, is I just have to figure out how many episodes. For example, I know launched a podcast once a week. Okay. So I'm going to have to make sure that once a week, that thing is going to go out. Sure. It has to go out, and it detects how many episodes we're going to shoot and the frequency and all these things. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, every day. Yeah. I might miss a day or 2, but every day. Both platforms, Success Inspiration Academy and Employment Law Veritas, I have to post, right? Yeah. And that's just what it's about. And you work around that. You work through everything else. Yeah. And you have to define what exactly it is that you want to do, and you do it. Sure. So I think for me, that's the system that I've managed to build around it. Okay. But it's also time and different seasons. Yeah. I wasn't like this when I had... Before I had a child, I used to do lives every morning. And it was also during 2020 and whatever it is. People were not going to work. So those lives made sense. We used to post them, I think, at 8 a.m. every morning.
Sure. Okay.
I was on TikTok live and I built a community around that. But as soon as my baby came, I couldn't act like things are still the same. Things had changed. So I couldn't do the lives anymore. And obviously also with trends, people started going back to work and all these things. So that sort of, changed how it looked like.
Okay, so where did your passion and inspiration for entrepreneurship come from?
I think personally, I'm just one of those people who've always wanted to be in business, bro. Like I've just always wanted to be in business. I remember, back in the day, I'll probably sell some things at church and even as a kid, bro. Like as a kid, probably in primary school.
Yeah, were you thinking of profits?
Yeah. I think my dad is in business anyway. So I grew up around that. So he was doing in business and all these things, trying different things. So, but I always wanted to be that. Okay. So much so that I think my worldview in terms of what people have always said has always created a conflict within me. Okay. In terms of go to school, which is great. Go to school. No one's saying don't go to school. Go to school. I mean, my business is based on labor law, so it means I went to school for labor law and I qualified and I have a degree and all these things, right? And I believe that's actually the best way for you to actually get a business is for you to go out there and work for someone else. Okay. You're going to learn what you need to learn.
Say it louder, please. For
you go out there and you work for someone else.
Yeah.
Whether it's volunteering, whether it's whatever it is, because you're gonna get real world knowledge.
Yeah.
You see, the thing is this. I once went to it was actually the Mandilaki, right? He was doing a conference in one of these buildings in Sandton. I'm forgetting which one it was. It's probably is it the Alex Forbes one of the big ones on the main street, right?
Yeah.
And so I got into Alex Forbes because it just amazed me that in Sandton, when you don't have any business in Sandton, you can't just walk into any building.
Yeah.
You are closed outside.
Sure.
You can't just walk in and say, I'm here to discover. It's like, who are you?
Yeah.
Even in those Alex Zadra Forbes building. But if you go there and say, no, there's a conference, they already know that conference is happening.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's my way in.
Yeah.
Right? And I start experiencing the life, what they are doing in those buildings. But if you're out, you're out.
Yeah.
So that's what working for someone else helps you. It gets you an in.
Access,
which is what many young people need, even older people as well.
Sure.
And access, understand. That's why I say when you're working for someone, don't waste your time with nonsense. Say these people are bad. Oh, my manager hates me. Oh, this salary is small. Because when you're focusing on a salary,
it's small.
No. Listen.
Yeah.
Listen. You are much more than that. People who fixate on salaries, it's because they have told themselves, this is all I'll ever be.
Oh, shucks.
That's why it makes you so mad.
Yeah.
It makes you so angry.
Yeah.
Bro, true. I worked at the place I was getting 5,000 Rand a month.
Sure.
But I got my business from that place.
Sure.
When everyone else was running away, everyone else was doing all this, I got a business from that place. They were there for the peanuts. I was there for the business.
You had a vision, whereas they...
You understand?
Yeah.
For them, all they could be was just that little money they were getting.
Sure.
But I took time to learn, how does this industry work? What makes my boss tick? How come he's my boss? How come he's been able to build such a company?
Sure.
What is his attitude? How do we get clients in this business? How do we pay them? How do we service them? That was my focus, bro.
Sure.
Yeah.
You understand? That's why when I left that place in 2016, I could go and start something. And it could work.
Yeah.
Because I knew the ins and outs of the business. I was not just focused on my salary. People are focused on salaries, man, like there's no tomorrow. And that's the only thing they know. If they get fired today, they cannot operate in that industry at all. The next thing they do is just, my CV, where's my CV? I need to now sort out my CV, my LinkedIn. What? But what were you doing there?
Yeah.
Dude, all these big companies, they're just small blocks, man. All of them.
Yeah.
Which are now big. They all started somewhere.
Sure.
So if you can learn about a piece in that company of what you can, I mean, these companies are big, man. They've got so many services. I mean, look at Discovery.
Yeah.
How many things does it have?
Yeah.
So you fail to just learn one aspect.
Yeah.
Just one. Even just learn, okay, the things that we use in this company, who supplies them? Why can't I be the supplier?
Sure.
Why can't I do something in this space? But you can't do that if you are focused on the wrong thing. Workplace drama. You are focused on the wrong thing, man. My salary is this. You are focused on the wrong thing. You want to force someone who took risks that you are not prepared to take to give you more. Why? Go and take those risks yourself. Yeah. And we are not even saying quit your job tomorrow.
Sure.
The good thing about this economy with the internet, you can do something on the side.
Yeah.
No one stops you. If you maybe have to go and declare it at your workplace, but you can start building on the side. I did a video about talking to first years. And I said, you first years of 2026, don't waste your whole 4 years, 3 years just doing nothing. Of course, you're going to get your degree. Everyone's going to come out with it.
Yes, yeah.
But what have you built?
Sure.
Did you build a business? Do you know how to make money? And someone was like, there is time, dude. I did a degree. There is time.
Ooh.
We watched so many series during the 24 whatever, Grey's Anatomy. I'm revealing my age now.
Yeah.
But we watched so much of those things, man. We were partying like there's no tomorrow, bro.
Sure.
We spend so much time partying, bro.
Yeah.
We spend so much time drinking.
Sure.
So much time looking for girls. So much time, bro. So you can't tell me that there's no time.
Yeah.
In between lectures, there is time. There is time.
Yeah.
So the point is, what is your focus on? I'm telling you, we're coming at a time in the next few years, these things of just say, I'm going to go there and work for someone else, it's not going to be working.
Yeah.
We're already seeing it now.
Sure.
Just go, how much is a basket? If you buy groceries, just go out. You go to any shop, 500 Rand. You go to whatever shop, 600 Rand, 1,000 Rand. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Sure.
You go there, 1,000 Rand, you find that it's only 4 things, 5, 6, 7 things that you have picked.
Sure.
How are you going to fill up the deficit?
Yeah.
How are you filling it up? So we need to start now. At least you have an opportunity to do something. When people are talking about all these things, drop shipping, all these things, try to understand. Even if you're not going to do it.
Sure.
Even if you're not going to do Forex, try to understand it. What are they talking about? Right? So I think that's the point. If you are like, learn. There's so much time, and people will tell you they have time, bro.
Yeah.
People are consuming nonsense. The people have time. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Henry, for such words. They've been impactful and they're powerful, man. So I just wanted to say thank you for giving us such wisdom today. And our last question for today, I wanted to ask, what advice would you give to the youth today? I know you've said all of that, but just what is one statement that you would like to give to the youth?
Don't be caught up in the negativity. Don't be caught up in the negativity. Don't allow yourself to be caught up in the negativity, in the doom and gloom. You know what people are saying, that things are so bad, there are no opportunities and all these things. Don't be caught up in it. There are opportunities. Millionaires are being created every year.
Yeah.
Every year people are able to feed their families. Every year there's always something for someone who's looking. There's always something for someone who's looking. But if you allow the negativity to get inside of you, yes, what we see outside may not be good, but don't let it get inside of you. That's one thing I would say.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hey guys, hope you liked the episode. Most definitely liked the episode. Hope you share, subscribe, and all of those good stuff. And please give your comments down there and say, what we can improve what you like, what you don't like, and yeah, we're doing this together. We're going forward, and yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Henry, for
cool stuff. Thank you guys, and thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
I mean, the future is yours.
Yeah,
the future
yeah.
is all of us.
Yeah.
It belongs to all of us. We just need to believe that that's actually a possibility.
True. Parting word?
Parting word. A lucha continua.
Awesome.
Thank you.